What is up with all you lovely lovelies out there? Welcome to The Bakery, a podcast specifically designed about cooking and making pancakes and cakes and other things of that nature. And on today's delicious episode, we have actually 3 guests, but at the current moment, we have 1 guest. And one of those guests is my man, Brian, a.k.a. Kaeon. Brian, what up, my dude?
Dan, thanks for the intro, man. I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Just wanted to see how that would roll over if, I introduced the show as if it was, actually cooking, which it's in no way, shape, or form.
I mean, Long Island is full of chefs and cooks, so I wouldn't expect anything less from the bakery.
Would you consider yourself a chef and or a cook?
Sometimes, when a GameCube controller is around, maybe.
Oh, he's cooking up. He's cooking up an ass whooping. Let's go.
No, I'm just talking smack.
Oh, I like it, though. I like it. No, I'm pretty good. So, real quick, for those that don't know, if you want to give a quick introduction about yourself, who you are, where you're from, who you play, why you on my stream, who are you, why?
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm a competitive Melee player. My tag is Kaeon. Yeah, hundreds of pizza places in my region. No, I'm just kidding. Power ranked in North Carolina when I first started, and now I'm in New York City and Long Island region, so basically New York as a whole and tri-state.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a nationally ranked player, but I'm getting there, I hope, and I'm trying to stream more. Yeah, well, we're trying it. We're trying our best.
For sure.
Blogging and writing maybe a little bit later, but mostly just working on competitive Melee and kind of tech skill and just kind of mind games more so than anything right now.
Even in the real world, just practicing mind games on the people you see.
I'm not that deceptive, actually. I do it all in good fun.
Just walk up to someone, extend your hand, and then the minute they go to shake, you're just like, "What are you doing?" I'm trying to pet the dog behind you. Mind game.
Nah.
So
there's no dogs.
So you're from North Carolina originally?
Originally, I was a Duke University student.
Ah.
So, yeah, I went there for college. So I spent a few years there.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing with my friends and kind of just, I think we all decided to go one day, and that was kind of the start, I think. We just went to a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of fun, I guess. I don't know. It was kind of weird. I never went to one really, and it was cool. So I just stayed with it.
And did you start out the gate being a Fox kid, or did you mess around with other characters?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right. I actually didn't answer that. Yes. So I was a Falco player, actually, when I first started. If that's a little shocking to some people.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Falco. I was practicing multi-shines and all this stuff, and I was getting really serious about the game. I was like, I'm going to be Dr. Pee-Pee. You know what I mean? And then I go to my first tournament. I switch Fox. I'm done. I play another Falco, and I'm like, wait, why am I playing Falco right now?
I could play a different character.
Horrible. I could play an easier, faster, better character than this. Yeah. So really my introduction to Melee was turning my own back on my own character. That was my introduction to Melee.
I mean, I'm sure he appreciated it in a very backhanded way.
Some people would support my motion, and I see Wild Fuego in the chat.
He is a prime example of someone that probably supports that opinion.
Shoutouts to Wild Fuego.
Shoutouts to him not going through with a Twitter poll. But that's a conversation for a different day. It is, however, time for us to check in on our lovely TO friend, who is also the second guest that will be joining us on today's stream. My man Face. You in here, my guy?
Yeah, I am. But I'm still driving, so if you hear my engine in the background, just sorry about that. I don't know if you want to pause me for later, but
sure. I mean, you want 2 more, 3 more minutes on that?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Sounds good. Guys, act like you never heard him. He was never here. Don't even worry about it. It's just me and Kaeon, dude. What are you talking about? Whose Face? No one that we're talking about right now. So back to the life of Brian. So you go to your first tournament, you go Fox instead of Falco, you basically tell the bird to suck it, and since then it's just been your interesting style of Fox play since, or what else happened in that
Okay. So it was like kind of weird because at the same time that I started, it was 2013, I think. So 2013, 2014, that's when Project M was like first realized and hatched and really like finalized, I think around that time.
Right.
So I started playing and I met like a lot of people in North Carolina specifically from that. I actually wasn't that spectacular of a melee player when I first started. So people knew me as a Project M kind of prodigy. It was like weird. Like people were super like really supporting the game. Like it was getting huge. Like melee was even getting bigger, and I was like, why do people think I'm good at this game? Like I don't get it. And that same tournament, Dr. PP walked up to me, and I was like, dude, I'm not even joking. Like at the time, like I loved Dr. PP, but I never knew what he looked like. Like I didn't know what he looked like. You know what I mean? Like I was just like basically a scrub. Like I didn't know anything. So this guy walks up to me. He's like, yo, dude. And I'm like, oh, it's good. He's like, dude, you know who I am? I'm like, I don't know, do I? And he's like, I'm Dr. PP. I'm like, oh my god, what?
The
and then
doctor.
he's like, dude, I saw you playing. I saw you playing Fox. You playing Fox, right? And I'm like, yeah, I was playing Fox. And he's like, dude, if you could be so good at this game.
Oh shit.
Just keep playing, dude. Keep playing, dude. And I was like, oh my god, dude.
What?
Dr. PP just told me to not quit melee. And I took it as melee. Like he was talking about my Project M play, and so was everyone else, quite frankly.
Right.
But just having someone like at that level, like recognize like any amount of work you've put in is like pretty amazing.
That's
like
insane.
I practiced maybe for Falco I practiced a lot. For Fox I never practiced. I was just like, oh, this is easier. I could just do this.
Right.
But he's the reason why I've been continually trying to improve my Fox. I might have just been one of those guys that kind of jumped into the scene, interested in Smash, ends up being good at Project M, just ends up playing Project M. Like I would have probably been like that, I imagine.
Right.
But PP was like a really big factor. Like he even hit me up like the next 2 or 3 tournaments I went to. It was like really small locals.
Right.
But he was like showing up like regularly, and I saw him at all of them. It's really strange. Like we would talk a lot, and he would like always be like ready to give me new advice and see my growth like firsthand. And we never really played together because he's on a whole nother level.
Well,
But
I guess.
He's still a really good mentor, so he helped me out despite that. He helped me out a lot. So he's really inspirational, and that kind of projected me to be the Fox main I've practiced to be right now.
And so what ended up making you come up to Long Island? Because I know that's where you and the theme of today's episode, if you guys haven't realized, is Long Island, the homie squadron of Long Island.
Hell yeah.
Also, I think Face is good. Did I just... Oh, no. He muted himself. There we go.
No.
Welcome back, my friend.
Sorry for the delay.
Yo, no worries at all. If you want to even do a quick introduction here before I get back to what I was asking my dudes Kaeon here.
No, don't let me interrupt. I'm Face. I'm a TO on Long Island. I've always just been trying to run the next big event over here.
You're not gonna say you've beaten Young Donut in tournament. You're not gonna
I
say
mean,
that.
I don't know.
I would 100% talk shit about, like, if I'm being interviewed, I'd be like, oh, I also beat your ass, no big deal.
The guy sees the bracket, so it's collusion on himself.
Oh, the bastard.
The worst of timelines, dude.
It was a good time.
Oh, no.
But so, being from North Carolina, what was it that had you come up to Long Island?
Oh, so I came up every so often because my family, they moved from Queens, into Long Island like about 12 years ago or so. So, I had most of my like secondary school in Long Island. So I basically was like, I'll just, I'll come home. I'm not gonna, just abandon my family. Just
Right,
'cause
no,
I'm in
of course.
North Carolina.
Of course.
In my heart, I eventually, you know, for freshman year, I really didn't do competitive stuff really, but after that, I was like, every break, I was like, I don't want to come home. Like, I want to spend this break like competing in my region, you know?
I feel that.
And Long Island to me was like, it was like another one of my regions. Face ran, I think, the most consistent tournament series aside from Xfire Gaming. If you've heard of Xfire Gaming.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, their Face was kind of like commanding the eastern half of Long Island and the tournament scene there. So I went to everything. So I saw Face like a little bit, you know, but like Face he was the guy that helped me like meet Cody and Animal and all those like really great like Long Island Melee players.
Right.
And Lefty too. Lefty as well. Like Face completely the reason why I even know Lefty at all. And so like I don't know if he knows any of that, but you know, I appreciate that stuff. So you know what I mean? Like that's formative for me. Like that defines like my Long Island Melee experience like today, like right now. Like those people are very much like close friends to me. I consider them. So I'm thankful, you know?
Well, yeah,
like, I'm
shout out to that Face guy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's pretty chill. So, Face, I guess the first question that I initially was asking even Kaeon here is just like, how did you get into the scene? And I guess in your perspective, what got you into TOing? Because now, as Brian was even saying, like you're basically the reason that people were going to tournaments, or at least getting Brian out to tournaments, and probably plenty of others.
Okay, so well, I guess yeah. I mean, I'm sure if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, somebody else would be. I mean, like there's always to be tournaments. But
Don't say that.
what got me is the game of Melee. I guess I started playing. What was it, 2002 or what? When did this game come out? 2001.
Came out 2001, I think. Right? Turn of the century.
Yes. I got the game that year. Played it all the way up from then till I was till 2010 when I graduated high school. I was constantly playing with my neighbors, just casually, you know, like little scrubs. But we would always try to be fairly competitive about it because we like competing, and that's probably ultimately the reason I continued to compete when I got to college. I went to Stony Brook. Actually, I didn't even end up looking for like a Smash club or anything, but I did find one, like unintentionally. So I was actually looking for like I posted like on the Stony Brook Facebook page, like, where do people play Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I like playing. And they're like, oh, the basement of the student union has Yu-Gi-Oh. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll go there. And that was also the same room where there was Super Smash Bros. And
real quick, I have to interrupt really quick and just ask, like, you posted this just on the general, like, the Facebook page of Stony Brook, because I can only imagine being told, yeah, no, it's in this basement of this building. Yeah, just go there. I don't know if I'd be so interested in just going down there.
Honestly, I was a little sketched out, and the first time I went, I think I couldn't find it, and so I gave up.
Oh,
and I went back to my dorm, and I went on my computer. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is it really there? And they went, yeah, no, it's there. Just gotta look for it. And then eventually I did find it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like when I got to Stony Brook, there was a lot of people that played Smash. Brawl was still big. It was 2010, so Brawl was like the king. And then there was the weirdos over in the corner that played Melee. You know,
fucking
like the
weirdies.
old part. Yeah,
The normies.
So yeah.
Weirdos?
So,
What?
weirdos. It was
It's a cool game right there, man.
yeah. Brawl a little bit and like being like, man, I really like Melee better. So I went over to play with those guys, and my buddy Sordo, who basically taught me how to wave dash down smash with ice climbers. I was like, okay, cool.
No.
I was like, I want to do that too. I want to wave dash down smash. So I picked Samus. It's a good character to do that with, I guess. And yeah, I eventually drifted away from Samus over towards it was initially towards Zelda, and then I was like, Zelda's awful. I'll play Sheik instead. But yeah, like they had a Smash Brothers ladder, so you could like be the best. You know, you could be number one at Stony Brook. Like, oh, I want to do that. You know, so I was trying to compete and challenge other players at Stony Brook to, you know, take the top spot. And they still have that ladder over at Stony Brook. It's still going strong.
That's sick.
And like, that competition really just made me want to keep competing and playing.
Shout outs to the Stony Brook area. Keep it alive out there, my guys and my girls and my non-gender specific peeps.
Yeah, all you Sordos out there, you Marth mate. I'm surprised he's not a Marth mate. Sordo?
Well, he played Marth as well.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry if I have to drive for a second.
You're good.
It was Sordo, and you know, Jared, you know, Private O'Malley.
Of course, dude. Of course I know Jared.
I've heard that name too. I just can't put a name to a face. Roy Main, maybe?
Yes, Roy Main. Yeah,
he's that guy.
And
okay.
Ben Grimm was the other guy. And between the three of them, I learned how to play. It was an older. It was a different time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. It was really cool. And then Bubba King showed up on the scene at that point, and you know, he and I, along with the Grape and Kashim, we just tried to get like actual tournaments together, and like that started it all.
And so is that essentially what led into the creation of what is known as Aeon Gaming?
Not quite. Here, I actually have to.
That's awkward. I pull up that scene and I'm like, oh wait, shit.
I remember like Bubba King being the Stony Brook TO. I didn't remember like too many other people like running those events. I guess I was at a different time, like that later time. So like I never met people like Jared in a Stony Brook setting when they were students, because I guess they were way younger. Like I don't know, how old are they now? Like Ben Grimm and Jared, they were like 20. I don't know.
Well,
like
they were
6
seniors.
or so.
I was a so they must be 4 years older than me, or 3 years.
Oh my
one of
God!
those
What?
two.
Really? You're talking about Ben Grimm?
Yeah, they were all seniors when I was a freshman. So they must be like 29 or 30, or 28, 29, or 30. They have got to be one of those three things.
I see.
Interesting. Well, we got some older names in the crowd. We got a bunch of... I swear, the age range for this game is just so fucking huge sometimes. It's hard to tell.
Crazy. I saw Kage on Twitter the other day. He was like, yeah, I'm like 32 or something. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, you switch those numbers around and that's my age. But that means nothing. Like, a 19-year-old could say that to a 91-year-old, you know?
True. I don't know. I always have this dream where I wish like my dad had wanted to play that game with me when I was younger, but he never did.
That specific age, like switchy game or something?
No, I mean like when I was a kid and the game first came out, like I wish he had played it like with like myself and my brothers. So like
I got you.
So who knows? Maybe my dad could have been the 50-year-old that's just fucking amazing at this game.
Could have.
He could have.
Anyone, honestly, like if you're out there watching this and you're like, I don't know, you're like young, old, whatever, like it doesn't matter what age you are, like you can be a good melee player. And I know that sounds like ridiculous, but
No,
like
it's so possible.
Like it's something that even as a amazing like top, you know, whatever player, like they're still working extremely hard to maintain their spot. So it's just, you know, it's part of it is how much work you put in. So never really like give up on the dream. And that goes for everything.
Well, and that can even bring it to, so you were saying you picked up the game in like 2012 or 2013?
13 and 14. So like end of 2013, kind of.
So you've like only been at it for about like 4 years, and like you can toot your own horn here, but like you're known. Like people have heard of Kaeon before, and if they haven't, it's probably a little bit more shocking. Maybe not so much, let's say like West Coast maybe, but like East Coast you're known. And it's still possible to be done within 4 years. It could be done in 2 years. I think Toussaint's a good example of that. I think Toussaint's on like almost 3 years maybe. And like he's taken huge names too. It's like you guys can make names and you can show that you have potential for shit. Your age or how long you've been playing doesn't mean shit. Just pick up the controller and don't play Kirby, please.
Absolutely.
Yo, what's wrong with these low tiers, man? So some of the most fun you're gonna have is the low tiers. Like, at the end of the day, like, not everyone's trying to be the best. You know, some people are trying to have fun too, and like, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't disagree with that, but I do definitely think people that play low tiers don't always have the most fun at the end of the day, because they're just getting like, some people get shit on by like Fox or something like that, and then they're just like, wow, my character sucks, and it's like, well, you picked that character. I feel like it could go both ways.
I know exactly what you're saying, and like, if it depends on their mentality, it depends on like, you know, if they consider you know, getting a single victory at a local to be like a good day or not. You know,
That's
they're
true.
like, yes, buddy with Pichu, like that's all I want in life. You know, like,
Yeah.
that's fine. And you know what?
It's a good feeling to beat someone with Pichu.
It is. And
That's it.
some of those people like to go O2, and after their bracket, they're just playing friendlies where it doesn't matter how many times they win or lose. You know, they're on the side of the stage, you know, charging up side B
Exactly.
with Pichu, and if they hit someone, they're having fun. You know,
Shout out
that's
to
that's
Pichu.
that's like something that, like, I don't know. Even competitive Melee players, as you play further and further into the night, you know, if you're playing like 4 hours of friendlies, you know, 5 hours of friendlies,
Yeah.
if it's like 4:30 a.m., I'm telling you, like, no matter who it is, if it's the most serious of competitors, I don't care if it's Leffen and Armada, you know,
Yeah.
those items are eventually going on. You know,
Of
everyone
course.
likes to have fun.
Definitely. You could definitely have fun when you're just fucking around with the game and just having fun with your friends. Tournament is a whole nother story.
Of course.
Tournament friendships get broken. And tears are
Mhm.
seen.
Shameful,
Right.
shameful tears.
Shameful tears.
Tears of guilt, tears of joy.
Hey, those are the best kind. But so, going back to Face here for a minute. So, if you're saying, I know I interrupted you a little bit ago to be like, so this is how Aeon was born. So, how did that come to being? Since I know people are dying to know about that.
All right, so it wasn't actually it was sort of through Stony Brook where I became more of like a TO, but not quite. So at the same time as I was, you know, working my way up the ladder, learning how to wave dash, all this stuff, you know, like, I'm still like new to the competitive scene. 2010, 2011, I'm still also on the side. Like I said before, I'm trying to play card games competitively,
Mhm.
and I was quickly seen at my my new local, Brothers Grimm, which we'll get back to, as a like potential, like, you're a knowledgeable player who with a good head on his shoulders, and you seem like you're not an idiot. Would you like to be a judge, which is like a TO for card games?
Okay.
So I said, of course I'd be a judge. So, so for the next like year or 2 years, you know, I'm judging these trading card game events, and it gets me basically used to this position of, like, you know, coordinating events basically. And so I take that back to Stony Brook, that knowledge, and I start running the some of the bi-weeklies with Bubba King. Bubba King mostly handled most of it, I'd say. But SBU 2.0, 2.5, that's really where it, like, I was like, I like running these big events. Like, those are big events. I forget which one of them, possibly both, had Mewtwo King at them. Like, they were cool.
Also, shoutouts to the Duna in your picture, Brian. I love this little guy. Or girl.
Oh.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, shoutouts to Satan right in the background. That Satan shirt.
It's a pretty conflicting picture with that, now that you mention it.
All right, I think I figured out my
it's all
Bluetooth.
good fun. It's in good fun.
And yeah, it sounds, you're good again, bro.
Okay. So I don't remember where I left off, but yeah, we did those big Stony Brook events, and after that, you know, I like eventually became president of the. Well, it wasn't the Smash Club; it was technically an anime club that played Super Smash Brothers. But I became president of that club, and I just kept finding myself in these like leadership positions that nobody else wanted to do. You know, like nobody else wanted to judge card game events, so I did it. Nobody else wanted to, you know, run the anime club and the Smash Club, so I did that. And then eventually I figured like I could probably run tournaments. When I graduated, I was like, I want to keep running tournaments, and So I found a couple spots here and there, and just in little hobby shops, game shops, whatever I could find, and I kept running events. But at this point, I was just very unsatisfied because I already got a taste of running that big SBU tournament. Yeah, I was like, I really think that we deserve, bigger and better stuff here, especially when I would look right over to our brothers and sisters in New York City and be like, oh, hey, these guys have a cool venue. They've got Nebulous, which is like, the dream. It's a venue that's dedicated for just running Smash events. And I was like, I think Long Island could benefit from something like that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he's in the chat, but shout out to Coin Chaser. I was playing tennis with him of all things one day.
Hey.
And and I remember when we were playing late at night, and as the sun was setting, we were just wrapping up, and we were putting our things back in the car, and I was like, yo, dude, I want to get a big place, and I'm going to rent out a big place, and we're going to run Smash all the time. And we were talking about the logistics of it, and he was encouraging me to do it, and he encouraged me to do it and pushed me in the direction. So eventually I found a spot with big enough size, low enough rent, and that's how Aeon was born.
The beautiful Aeon
also,
Gaming. And I
couldn't have.
What's up?
I couldn't have done it without my business partner, obviously. Shady Penguin basically helped make the Kickstarter a success, basically helped finance the whole thing, and he also wanted a game shop. So it was kind of our combined dream, and things just lined up at the right times. And it was glad it really happened because it's proven to be something the community, I think they like it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, I can definitely testify for the 1 week I was there, and I got to check out the place. The venue's beautiful. The setups look great. The stream looks great. Everything looks professional. I can't think of a damn bad thing to say. Hell, your toilets are great. We went to, where'd we go? We went to Buffalo Wild Wings that night, I think. We go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I decided to be a dumbass and get wings and a burger. We're 5 minutes back towards Aeon, and I'm like, uh-oh, Wild, Matt, I have to shit. And he's like, don't worry, there's a toilet in Aeon. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that to him. He's like, nah, trust. You got some good toilets in your building, I'll tell you that.
I can't believe
I lucked out. Somehow I found a place with 3 bathrooms, and I don't know. I tried to hit all that was literally on my list of things, because I was like, well, Nebs is great, but they've got 1 bathroom. Let me make sure that I don't have a line of
we
20,
got
a line
3.
Yeah, thank you for that. We appreciate it throughout the year.
Very gracious.
Things in mind like that.
Aeon's been open for over a year at this point, right?
Yeah, that's the case. It is now a toddler instead of a baby.
That's adorable.
Yeah. And that baby, we were Long Island, I think, and yourself mostly was really kind of concerned about the health of Aeon and its longevity going into 2018. Well, 2017 even this year.
Yeah. There's always going to be reasons for concern, especially last fall and then this fall too, to a lesser extent. When school hits again and everybody, the tournament scene slows down.
Yeah, they come back to Long Island from their castle in North Albany or something. Finally leave their dungeon.
A lot of people on Long Island tend to go away to school, and so we have a net loss of players. Yeah. Anybody that comes to Long Island to go to school probably goes to Stony Brook, and those players are very unable. Their travel ability is
it's very limited.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag with them. Some of them can travel to Aeon, but most of them can't. And so it kind of creates this. There's an SBU scene, there's an Aeon scene, and those two are, besides a few dedicated super melee players.
Yeah,
they're split down the middle.
Well, since I know that even you're gonna have to be going in whatever amount of time that may be, if there's any events, if there's any events that you would like to plug about it, I have the Aeon Gaming Weeklies one loaded up here that I know you run, along with the Stony Brook and the Jack's House.
We've got weeklies for Melee, every Thursdays and Sunday. Sunday also will have Project M alongside that, so if you still play that, you can come through. Smash 64 is on Thursdays alongside Melee if you're looking for that. We try to do our bigger events on Saturdays. I didn't have one scheduled for October, but I should have one ready for the end of November. So check back with me. I think I'm going to do like the last Saturday in November for a big event. And I don't have anything to announce right now, unfortunately. But
sure. Where can the people follow to find out more information about your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, the best place probably is the Aeon Gaming Facebook page, which is just Facebook. I think it's facebook.com/Aeon Gaming. But if you search Aeon Gaming, it'll show up. And we've also got a Twitter, Aeon Gaming NY. And we've got a Twitch stream. We got Aeon Streams on Twitch. What else do we do? I'm so bad with social media.
It's all good, man. Everything he talks about will be in the description of the VOD for anyone to check out when you'd like. So if you're unaware on the spelling on any of this shit, which is extremely simple to figure out, and you should be disappointed if you can't, it'll all be below, and you can click on that and do with it what you please.
If you need help spelling Aeon, just remember that it stands for all or nothing. That's a bit of trivia for people.
So that's XYZ Gaming. Aeon.
Exactly.
I can't believe I'm laughing. That was good. And Snoo, let the people...
I got another phone call and it kind of kicked me out of the Bluetooth again. So I think this is a good sign for me to head out. Thanks for having me on. I wish I could stay later, man, and talk more, but next time.
Maybe next time, man. We'll see you around. Thanks for stopping by, Face.
Peace.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
Take care.
And then there were two.
Hey.
So I guess we can go a little bit more into a bit more of a player profile spotlight for you while we're waiting for our third special guest, who you guys know who it is because you could see it in the fucking title of the Twitch and the YouTube VOD, but he'll be here shortly. Hopefully. I think he's getting out of work in a short amount of time. But the tag Kaeon, what the fuck does that mean?
Okay, so funny story.
I love those.
There's this guy in the chat. Yo, funny stories, hell yeah. This guy in the chat, Conquer Lol. Yeah, I don't like that person. Oh, he's Nerd. Do you know Nerd? He's a Long Island player.
I do know Nerd.
Do you follow him on all social media?
I might. I can't say if I do that I've ever seen anything too important for me to notice. Okay.
Well, I do because I follow Nerd on all social media. But
Okay.
Conquer, actually, as a non sequitur, Conquer was a MMORPG. That was like a Japanese kind of fighting, combat with melee and spells and all that, the classic MMO stuff, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And I played this game and I was like, I see all these Chinese kind of looking stuff or Japanese, whatever. I can't even tell. I'm 12 or 10 or something. And I'm like, all right, so if I'm going to be some warrior, I got to have a cool name, right? So I'm like, all right. What would a cool name start with? I'm like, oh, K. So I just type K, capital K.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, word. Ooh. And I was just thinking about it. I'm like, AE. I love AE. I wish it was in more English words. So I just put KAE. And I'm like, K. I'm like, word. I'm like, how do I make this a name now? Now it's K. How do I make it a
just
name?
Ain't a name.
K's not a name. And I mean, it had to be 4 letters, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's KAE. I'm like, all right, I got to finish this up. Kaeon. It kind of just rolled off my I don't know.
It does kind of roll off the tongue. I see what you mean there. Yeah.
So that I kind of just ON'd it at the end, and that's it. It's really just a small brained type name. You know what I mean? It's not really that thought out.
I feel that though. I mean, imagine if you hadn't gone with the N, you could have been KO.
I don't know. To me, that doesn't. I don't. In some way, I like that. If you draw a line down the center of Kaeon, it's kind of balanced. You know what I mean?
Oh, whoa!
But, I don't know. Down the E.
Yeah, I see that. Holy shit! I just did that with my mind. Feels a little weird.
Great.
My whole
and
world's
even
falling apart.
horizontally, it's even more of a mind fuck, I think.
See, now you got me tilting my head and shit. I don't. Oh god.
But it was a fantasy game. I wanted a fake name, I was smart enough to know that I could be kind of weeby about the shit. I could come up with some kind of artsy kind of name, but
Yeah,
it ended
yeah.
up being like kind of medieval-esque, I feel like, but like still within like the confines of like, I don't know, like a mystical kind of name. I don't, it really is not that,
No, I
crazy.
I'd still get what you're saying for sure.
Yeah. Because someone could be Kaeon, right? Like, think about like some Japanese warrior. Like, oh, he's Kaeon, right? Like,
Yeah.
some warriors, like, they have a full like, like the like wolf who knows or something would be like a warrior, or like dog with hat or something. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, right? But you can also be like short and sweet, like
Sheep
you
with
know,
bow tie.
like Yoshimitsu
Yeah. I see what you're saying there.
or Nightmare or something.
Oh, Nightmare. I love.
Nightmare, dude. That's Nightmare's sick, dude.
Yo,
Hello, Soul Calibur, dude.
quick shout out about that name. So I was supposed to have an interview with Nightmare months ago at this point, like probably almost 2 months ago. And
Shout out.
every fucking time that I message this guy, like, hey, so are we good for the interview this weekend? This guy is so fucking busy. Like, wow.
Yeah. He might have like a full-time job or something. I don't know. He dresses pretty nice, I assume.
I don't remember what it was. He did tell me, and this is butchering on my part. At the end of the day, like, I love Nightmare. He's a sick human being.
Word, no. He's nice.
Like, I'm not trying to fire a shot. I just thought it was always so insane because I was super hyped because of what you were just talking about with, like, Soul Calibur. I loved playing Nightmare. I thought he was sick.
You know what? Do you think his name is named after that character? Is that what you're kind of getting at?
Vic?
Like, that Nightmare is named after the Soul Calibur character? Because
Well-
he's a Marth main, he has a sword
Well,
and
I
stuff?
want to know. I want to ask him all these questions, and I've never gotten to.
That I get why you're tight now.
I have
'cause
so many questions.
Now I'm concerned. I want to know.
Tune
I don't
in
know
next
what
week.
his name means anymore either.
Tune in
Actually-
next week for the grand reveal when I probably won't. What? I don't even.
I have a melee story about Nightmare if you're
Go
down
for
for
it,
it. It's like
yeah.
quick 30-second
Go for
but,
it. A shorty but a quickie.
Shorty but a quickie, hell yeah. So, no homo. But we
shit.
went to Shine 2017.
Mhm.
I was on a crew with like Adam Gluck and Wasabi,
Okay.
THX, and Walls. We were playing against Canada. We won 2 rounds. So it's like single elimination, and we get to Nightmare's team. So that's where he's coming in.
Yeah.
Ryan Ford starts.
Mhm.
Ryan Ford takes 16 stocks from the other 4 people. So I go in and we trade stocks, and then he's out, right? And I told my team, I'm like, guys, the only thing that I can't do, the only thing I will lose, I will 100% lose, is if Nightmare takes me to FD. As long as you guys can prevent that from happening, we have a chance, is what I told them. They said, no, we're good, we got this. So, long story short, game 2 of their team, they went to FD, and they sent in Nightmare. I didn't have a ban. So, I'm like 3 stocks to 4. Everyone is like literally when it says, start,
Yep.
and like, you're not supposed to start because I need to kill myself once.
Yeah.
Everyone is just screaming so loud. Walls comes out of nowhere. I didn't even see Walls for like the 4 sets in a row. Like, and he played. I'm like, where did Walls go? Walls comes jumping back. He's screaming, let's fucking go, Kaeon. And he's just like repeating it. And then like Skipper's like, yo, Kaeon's up. Yo, let's go, Kaeon. And everyone's just like screaming. McCore is like, let's go, Kaeon. And then I'm feeling like I'm nuts for no reason.
Oh my god.
Like, cause all my sons are there. And then like I look to my right, and Trillium is just like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Like, why? They're down like 16 stocks. Like, how are they gonna win?
They
No,
want their
down, like,
boy to win.
yeah, how are they gonna win? Like, why are they cheering? And Nightmare's just like shaking his head, laughing the whole time. I think it actually got in his head, and I ended up beating him.
Wait,
3
what?
stocks to 4. Yeah, 3 stocks
Oh,
to 4
shit.
on that stage. And at that tournament, he was seated 1 below me.
Holy shit.
So I was like, I thought Nightmare was better than me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then having like all of my sons cheer me on, like, if you ever doubt yourself, like, if you just have like a support group,
Mhm.
like with you at a national, a local, whatever,
Yeah.
like that just helps so much.
Of course.
And it gives you a lot of confidence, and like you can like do things you never realized like you thought you could do.
Mhm.
And that was like a really good like example. Like, I was like, Nightmare's really good, man. I can't beat him. I can't. No way I can beat him on FD.
You can
then,
always beat someone, man. You could beat.
I'm at 90% last stock. I don't know. I just win, and he has 2 stocks left. I just win. I'm just like, how'd I win?
Did anyone like phone record the set at all?
Nah. I think like the last stock, I just like drill shine up smash, and then like I don't know, I just backered him like 4 times.
That's so
or
sick.
something. It's just like stupid, you know, like just auto combo dumb shit.
Well, shit.
It's not even cool or smart. It's just like automatic.
You just
and
get
stupid.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta avoid that type of shit. But at least
That's right.
Now I've got a story going into the nightmare interview that I'm gonna have to ask him as well.
Oh, no.
So how did you feel letting Kaeon beat your ass on FD?
Damn, he won't be tight because I feel like he's a nice, like he was super nice
Definitely.
about it. He was like, you know, he fist bumped me. He was like nodding. He was smiling.
Yeah.
And like everyone was like screaming so loud because I literally told all of them like I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're so good. And everyone's like all of Canada's like,
Who's this?
literally no one else from Canada was watching because they thought they were about to win.
Oh my god.
So everyone was gone. They're like, we have to send someone in. No one's here.
Just send in that guy.
Adam's like, yo, are they gonna DQ them?
Who'd they end up sending in?
They sent in. Who was it? I think it was a Falco. It was Trillium.
Oh, they sent Trillium in.
Yeah, 4 stocks to 1. I was like,
Oh,
I was
shit.
going for like hard reads off platforms first,
Mhm.
and I was trying to condition him to get to the ground where I could bait him for later stocks.
Yeah.
But he was refusing to approach me, so I just approached him once. I got shined.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's Falco, so I got shined once, and I took like 60% on my first stock right away.
And you're just like, well, that was fun.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm probably not gonna win this.
But
Yeah,
damn.
risk reward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there's no risk reward when you got like 4 stocks to 1, man.
Well, I think that even like what you were just saying, like just before that about how you were trying to condition him, I think that says a lot between like levels of players as well. Because quite frankly, if I was in your position, there's no fucking way in hell I'm thinking about later stocks. I'm thinking about how do I take all his fucking stocks right fucking now? How do I throw him off the stage, hit him with that down B shit, and then move on to the next guy? Meanwhile, you're just like, no, hold on, other stocks. I got to worry about this one. I gotta worry
But
about that.
in a way, as you improve your solo stock advantage and your game, you can, you start extending it beyond that first stock or that one stock,
Yeah.
and then you get used to that. So it was basically like I was trying to lock into what I'm used to, and what I know I could accomplish, but he wasn't letting me.
Yeah.
So in one way, it's a good thing to have a formed game plan, but it's another skill to be able to adapt out of it. So it's
Definitely.
like it works both ways. It's important to do both.
Would you say that your game style or your gameplay has changed significantly or not? So I'm trying. I feel so
Yes.
fucking dumb sometimes.
No, it
Sure,
has.
we'll go with that then. Then, so you feel it's changed significantly, and over the course of how long? Like, what's changed in your mind to make you think about this game differently, and what about the game do you think about differently?
Okay, so most significantly, I've had much more diversity in matchup experience.
Mhm.
So I've been able to play like more Falcons, more Sheiks, more Jigglypuffs, just more of the high tiers in a better balance. So that gets you like a few more combo strings like under your belt that you might not have really worked on before. So like with Falcon, chain grabbing at certain percents. What was it? Sheik. Setting up edge cancels. It's hard to do with every other character, but Sheik, you could set up edge cancel combos pretty easily. Even if she edge cancels, you get her.
Yeah.
What else was the other character? Jigglypuff. That's just I don't have a lot of experience there, so it helps a lot. But overall, like just rounding myself out a lot more in terms of like melee, it helps me take away from like kind of like thinking about mind games alone, I guess. So I used to be like really mind game oriented. So I would consider every single thing that a person would do basically, and like try to keep tabs on it and stuff. And like even across games in a set of friendlies or in a set, like in a tournament, like I would like keep tabs on how often they did each move, like mentally, and like keep a running tab and like just kind of pick one of the high like density options and like just hope I hard read it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of hoping, a lot of like management, a lot of like setups that are very particular that I was looking for. And as I've just learned more matchups and I've gotten more combo strings under my belt, I don't really think as much about like what's gonna happen next. So I kind of can be more in the moment.
Okay.
Instead, and I can act and then I can react to their DI. So that's the biggest thing. I can react to your DI a lot better because I realize now that DI actually is what defines a combo string. Defensively, at least.
Yeah.
Offensively, you could do it. You could do tons of stuff offensively, of course. But defensively, I wasn't like really thinking about that. I wasn't thinking like, what are they gonna do when I hit them? You know, like I was just thinking, what are they doing?
Yeah.
So I never, you know, when I was a competitor, I was never like, you know, I'm gonna win. You know, I was never like aggressive, like, oh yeah, like I'm better than this guy. Like I'm never like really like that. I'm more like, oh, you think you're good? All right, we'll see. You know, because I'm gonna look, I'm gonna keep track of it, I'm gonna think about it. Like I'm gonna try to work around it. Like that's the way I still kind of am, but less so now. Less mind gamey, more fundamental, I think.
Because I think when I first heard of you, and when I would talk to, let's say, like Wild or like other Long Island names about your playstyle, a lot of them would say it's a different playstyle. You play almost slow, but like it's a practical slow. And I wanted to see how do you feel about that description of your play?
Okay, so practical, yeah, slow, yeah. But really it really actually does come down to how the other person is playing. So if the other person is playing like they're stylish, right? Yeah. So I kind of like go into the old mode first, the old me, and I'm like, what is that they're doing that's stylish? I take the stylish out. What is it that they're doing? And I see, oh, okay, they're doing like, you know, Nair Shine approach or whatever, you know, whatever it is, right? Yeah. They're doing that. Okay, that's not that cool. You know, I kind of like simplify it enough for myself. I'm like, all right, it's really just that. And then I attack it, kind of. I attack the problem. But if, you know, like, if I'm not in the mood to really like mind game them, which is more the case now, I don't really mind game as much now. Yeah. I kind of just like, if they're styling, I'm going to try to style, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because before, I used to kind of adapt completely to them. So now I kind of just like, whatever personality they're kind of pushing out, I kind of want to emulate that. If you're like the reaction tech chase kind of person, I want the viewers to see me as more of a reaction tech chase person than you, if that makes sense. Like I want to one-up them without having to, you know,
put in too much strain onto it and just
right. Yeah. So if I'm slow, it's like it's more like I'm progressing into it. Like I'm not like it's not just I just know exactly what to do right away. I like, you know, I like to have fun. So
well, I was even gonna add on that like using the term slow it's not meant to be, nor should it be taken as an insult towards a play style. But I think it definitely does say a lot on terms of like the mental skill that the person has. Because I think if they're playing slow while someone else is playing fast and they're still even winning, the ability to be able to keep up with what that person's doing is still impressive with whatever speed they're playing at. But playing it in a slower way, and maybe this is how you're doing it, and I could be wrong, but you're taking these notes a lot more in depth, and I think you've even said that now with keeping tabs on everything. So fuck, what is the point of this? I totally lost myself.
I'm like with you, I think.
I think what I'm trying to say is like the slow isn't a bad thing, and it's actually a more impressive in a lot of situations than just seeing someone running up and just getting hit every other second for doing something stupid.
Right. And so I guess to end off this kind of talk about playstyle. Sure. Like the way I honestly, you know how I said I used to play like mind games? Yeah. Like I used to just like only try to get people mad.
Oh god.
So that's what I mean by like it went from only getting people mad to like actually trying to learn the mind games that actually work, and then going past that, mastering it, and then just moving on to reactions and stuff.
Okay.
So like backtracking all the way to getting people mad, like when people say I play slow, like what I'm saying right now is that like if you don't play fast, I don't have to play fast. Is like let's say you are playing fast, right? And I'm still playing slow. Your decision making is not actually fast. Your hands are fast, but your decision making is still slow.
Yeah.
And that's what I think, like if someone thinks, you know, says that as an insult, it's more of an insult to themselves. Like really, because my playstyle is less about me, in my opinion, than it is about the other person I'm playing with. So I don't know, like it's not a shot.
I think I
but
see what you mean. Yeah.
It's I think how it is. You know, if you play slow, I can play slow and I'll win. Like I don't know.
Fair. Hell yeah.
If you play fast, if you're animal, I have a lot of problems with that guy. So play fast. I mean, do it. It's
Just
good. Like it works.
Just
like,
eat it. Just do it.
Yeah. I want to be faster too. So I feel that, man. I want to work on that.
Just start punching floors. It'll help your hands get stronger. Don't quote me on that.
Dude, I had a friend in high school that punched trees every single day just so his hands could be stronger. I am not even lying.
And speaking of people that punch trees, I think my man Funk Doctor is in the building. Funk,
Sup?
my man's, how are you
Punch
doing?
trees?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping you do, just so that segue could work. I don't think you do though, so it's just kind of.
I don't punch anything. I'm
Buddhist.
soft-handed.
Soft.
Can you start punching trees like today?
All right. I'll do sandbags.
That's
how
you know what? That's
the
a start.
OG black belts do it.
You know what? It's a start, and I'll take it.
I want to be one of those.
You can be whatever you want to be, Barbie girl. You just gotta believe.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Positivity
Nice
stream.
face.
Hell yeah.
So I guess.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
Funk just joined, right?
Yeah, I was
Yes,
about to
sir.
say if you'd like to give a
Yo.
quick introduction of who you are, go right ahead for those that are tuned in.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Where do I start?
You could do like name, where you're from, who you play, why you play, where did you go to school, do you have jobs, like how long you've been playing, why do you bother to come on this shitty podcast, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Tight.
okay. My name is Dan. My tag is Funk Doctor. I'm from Long Island, Suffolk County. Hell yeah. I've been playing Melee for like 2.5 years about. Why do I play? Because game's sick, yo.
Game
Mango
is sick,
exists.
yeah. Mango does exist. Let's go.
Mango didn't exist. I don't know if I'd even like hopped on the train, to be quite honest. He's just very entertaining to watch. So
True.
and Westballs too. Westballs is sick to watch. Actually, like the set that got me into Melee was Westballs versus Strict 9 at an Apex.
Ooh.
They Falco dittoed, and it was insane. The commentators were getting hype, like, you know, they're both technical, and one's more aggressive, the other has sicker combos and tech skill. So like, it was just such a sick set, and I was like, yeah, I need to play Falco, I think.
Word. Did you ever mess around with any other characters, or were you a bird from the beginning?
I started with PM. Believe it or not.
Much like Brian in here.
Word, yeah. It's just like, it's just the bridge between generations, you know. And like, I just I caught wind of it, and I picked up Iversom in 3.02 because that character was dumb broken.
Very.
And I was like, yo, I'm so good, I don't get it. But
why am I so good?
That's
like,
a pop-up.
I was like, why am I beating all my friends? No, I actually started off pretty low in the friend group, but then I got to like mid-level. But anyway, we had 8 of us who would play like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and then I gravitated towards like Falco and Marth, and then I played Melee, and Marth is like clunkier in Melee, I feel. Like when you transition from PM to Melee, he's like choppier. He's like more precise.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Sure.
But for Falco, the opposite is true. In PM, he's very like janky. He feels.
Yeah.
But in Melee, he feels very smooth. So when I played Melee for the first time, I was like, holy, I gotta play Falco, you know?
I actually feel that like so much. I've tried going to like local tournaments back home and like trying to play Falco, and it feels terrible. I don't feel like I'm playing Falco in PM. It's just
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to DZ for being relatable as fuck right now.
shout out to DZ.
Thanks, man. Yeah, hell yeah.
See, I know
Humble
you.
beginnings.
See, you go by many different names. You got Funk, you got Funk DZ, the Doc, the Doctor of Funk. What's this other one I have here?
DZ is another one.
I had Professor Dr. Funk, and I was just like, what the?
Oh my God.
Like,
Yeah,
where are these?
okay.
So, what is this name of Funk Doctor?
I
Where
don't-
is this coming?
I don't
from?
want to blow up your comedy routine right now, but actually nobody calls me half of those names.
None of them. Where am I getting these? I swear I'm finding these on Facebook comments.
I'm tight. No. I've seen
No,
Funk
what-
MD. I've seen Funk MD in a bracket before.
Funk MD.
Yeah. All right, it's more like once in a while, like Chess or somebody will just like shout out to Chess. They will just come up to me and be like, "Yo, the Doctor of Funk," but nobody actually like, you know, like I won't be at a fest, and someone will be like, "Yo, Doctor of Funk,
Damn.
come chug this beer with me." Like no one goes through the trouble of that whole introduction.
Why
but yeah.
not? Jeez, you hang out with some lame motherfuckers. I would do that all day.
Beer Man. Oh, you forgot. Beer Man calls me Beer Doctor. So
Beer Doctor?
yeah. So there's.
I'm
There's
assuming you've
another
gone
beer-
through
there's
beer
another
training
Beer
then?
status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been trained, I think, right?
Yeah, the third eye is slightly opened.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
I'm so fucking. Oh my god.
But so
I'm
where does
dying right now.
so
I'm
where does
dying.
this name come from? Why are you a
Funk
funk
Doctor.
doctor? What in the actual?
Okay,
What in the actual funk?
I'm kind of a troll, and I like trolling people, and I just thought, well, I really like old school like hip hop music, and there's one of Redman's like alter egos is Funk Doctor, and I knew nobody would get the reference in a million years, so I just thought it would be really funny if a really, really scrawny white kid in high school just went around calling himself Funk Doctor. I don't know. I just thought it would be really funny.
I love it. No, fuck it. That's pretty solid. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So that's me. That's it.
So welcome. I guess welcome to the bakery. We're just
Glad to
transitioning
be
now.
here.
Oh, we're just transitioning now into, I guess what we could talk about would be the region. If you guys, what would you call Long Island? Do you call yourselves a region? Do you call yourselves like a sub-region? What do you classify Long Island as in terms of like New York and tri-state, all that?
Yeah, DC start.
I think both of us would agree that if we're gonna be technical about it, we're probably a sub-region.
Mm-hmm.
But every region around us would probably, they definitely call us our own thing.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
very clearly not isolated, but we have our own community, like very deep-rooted, deeply connected community
Yeah.
within ourselves compared to like a lot of regions, or at least NYC. Well, NYC has like the old school guys, like the really deep roots guys, but
Yeah.
we're new, but we're really close. Like we're all pretty good friends.
For sure.
And I think like our roots as Long Island is still pretty strong, like going all the way back, dating to the pre-MLG era. Like I think we still had some foundation in Long Island, and I guess New York in general. I think Long Island and New York City more than I guess regions like I think it's Western New York or Westchester, New York or something.
Yeah.
WNY.
Yep.
I think they're a region right now.
Western New York out here in Buffalo area, yeah, essentially.
Yeah, there's that, and there's the like the upstate Syracuse kind of PR.
Yeah. Well, there's like Central New York, and then there's somewhat upstate. There's Cap Region too. Like, there's just so
right,
many.
there's Capital City.
subsections.
Yeah. So there's like a bunch of subregions, but I think Long Island like it fits like really well into like the really old school like grassroots
Yeah.
of Melee,
I can
which
see
is
that.
cool. Like we get to hear stories about like the oldest of old school players, from
The
like,
back in
people
my
like-
day stories.
Yeah, from people like
Oh,
Animal.
yeah.
For sure.
Great. Like, and Nut too. Nut.
Oh yeah, I've always kind of wondered about him. Like I never got to actually talk to him and meet up with him much, but like is he full like Long Island or is he like
He
New York
is.
City?
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
He actually is the first Smasher I played with in the competitive scene.
Actually,
I hit
G
him
Money
up.
and Prague are originally Long Island.
I knew Prague was
That's it,
because
yeah,
I
that's-
think who did I talk to about that shit? It might have
He's
been,
like the grandfather, dude, the grandmaster.
I think it was
Yeah,
Diz
Long
Kid.
Island.
I think when I was talking with Diz Kid, I think he brought up Prague and how like Prague helped him out a lot sometimes when he was on
Yeah.
Long Island or something like that.
But
yeah,
I forgot to give a TLDR, and the TLDR is I do think we're like our own kind of region, but we are a part of like tri-state, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah,
that's
it's
fair.
it's a weird gray area.
But I see what you mean on that, and I guess it makes a lot of sense in the end of it. And where I was going to get with this was talking about the PR that was released for Long Island Melee for the winter 2016 to 17. We got the legend Kaeon up at that third spot, and we got my boy Funk DZ down at 12. Still not bad at all. How'd you guys feel about that when the rankings came out?
This was from, I think a year ago or so, right?
This was winter of 16 into 17 because I couldn't find anything more recent than that except for the NYC PR, which I'll get to also.
Yeah, some people here have become an inactive 42nd.
Yeah.
True.
Let's see, chess as well. So 42nd and chess, I think, were the people that dropped off.
Okay.
So Funk has since moved up to spot 10 on
Is
the
there a
most
more
recent
up
PR.
there? Is there?
Yeah.
Why could I not find it? Where?
It's
just
in a
the
text
Facebook page.
actually. It's not a it's a post. I could dig it up for you, but
I'm already
it's-
halfway on it.
really recent. All right, I'll keep talking then.
For sure.
Yeah, because we were putting it together. It was hard for us to get a lot of the logistics setups. Just like this PR, actually. Just like the one we're doing right now in Long Island,
Mhm.
this PR that we're looking at right now, we got the PR out like, I think a month and a half in advance before the image came out. Or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something.
Okay.
There was a big span of time. So that's where we're at right now. We're in that in-between period where the
there's just
PR
no
image.
picture.
Yeah, there's no PR image for the Long Island page yet.
But there is
That
one that's
will
been
be
made.
coming.
Yeah.
It will be coming, yeah. It's all being worked on, and it just takes time. We have to chip in, and I mean we don't have to, but people are really nice in the community, like, and they're willing to like artists are willing to do this stuff for free, you know.
Mhm.
So that's like, to me, that's commendable. Like that's amazing. Like for all the people that have done like NYC PR videos, like thank you. Like Ferris Wheel, and I'm missing a bunch, I'm sure. NY Quill. Yeah, those guys, man. Thanks for doing the stuff, because
Shout outs.
I can't do this. Like, you know, if you remember, I think Face was saying something about this PR. He's like, I don't know about it.
I think,
I
yeah,
don't
he
know
was
about
definitely saying he wasn't the biggest fan, but at the same time, like, I feel you on what you're saying about how you still gotta like give him the credit for like going to the lengths to do this, because like I can't tell if
Yeah.
these were like drawn out. I don't know how the hell this was made, but like some of these fonts, like I have to fanboy over my boy Wilds. Like looking at that Wild font and the way that looks for him,
That
like
is
that's
beyond me and
that's
how sick it is.
dear
Yeah.
Tay. That is dear
Yeah,
Tay,
hell
my
yeah.
guy. And then
Yeah.
what? Animals? I love that. I love the fucking tongue underneath. It just says tongue with an exclamation point. I love that. You got Cody with the salt. Like
That was
These-
amazing.
That's the best one.
these are so good. I love it. Whether you don't like the aesthetic or not, the work was put in, and I think at least showing some appreciation always means a lot more to someone than the other way around.
I cannot find
And-
this PR.
I could.
Life is hard. It's all good.
Indeed.
I also like have it. I could just like, you know, copy paste it somewhere. or
Wait, he
something.
posted it in Long Island Gar PR. I'm a fool.
The fool.
You
Got
see that
hold on.
that might be why we had trouble all finding it, 'cause it's in a different place. But yeah, like this guy worked on the art for like, I think it was like three and a half days. He was just
Jeez.
like, guys, I'm trying my best, man.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah, I think it was Zach. His name is Zach Scrage. I think his name is. So
Wait.
shout out to Zach Scrage.
Shout outs.
Wait, artist?
Yes.
That's wait. You're not joking right now. It's that kid. The kid's tag is
Zach
artist, right?
Scrage. Yes, his tag is artist. Yes.
That fucking kid went to Fredonia. Let's go.
Oh, are you a Fredonia like graduate?
This is where I go to school now.
Oh, you're going there. Oh.
Yeah, that's so fucking dirty.
Oh, so you know him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew. Oh my god, he knew me when I played Puff and went 0-2 at every local. Oh my god.
Personally, I haven't met him.
He's such a chill dude.
I'm sure he's a great kid, man.
He basically
Like,
taught me.
He was nice enough. Yeah, he was nice enough to do this. So.
He basically taught me up smash out of shield is fucking broken with Fox, and you should do it so much because it's fucking broken.
Yeah, shout outs to the first thing I learned as Fox was up smash out of shield. Shout outs to that. Yeah. Jump cancel up smash was what I first learned, but that you could do that from holding L.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this
So, yeah,
counts as
pretty
technical,
much.
but like rest with Puff was the first thing I learned.
That's honestly sick, dude.
Dude, a quick story about this because I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the stream. There was a night that like a friend of mine and we pulled like an all-nighter just playing Brawl with each other, I think, and we were just having a good time. And then I found out that same night how to set up Project M. So we set up Project M and we're just playing random characters. One of us gets Puff and we somehow did a rest. And we had no fucking idea what happened because we didn't play with items on. We didn't play anything weird. We did like 3 stock matches. And that was it.
I had that same reaction when I saw it the first time.
You just exploded.
I was like, what? What was that?
Yeah, exactly. It blew our fucking mind. I was like, I didn't even realize this existed. And then you look more into it and you're like, wow, they actually designed this. What the fuck, Sakurai?
So you guys were playing like Puff Dittos, and you're just like, oh.
Well, yeah. Eventually, once we saw that happen once, we both went Puff, and we're just like, all right, just keep hitting down B.
That's the funniest matchup,
dude.
Puff Dittos. when you go for rest, it's the funniest one. It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest to watch and play. It's so funny.
On Yoshi's, just keep doing your rest back and forth and back and forth. Someone will win.
Yeah, rest. Oh, I rested. Oh, okay, I died.
All right, my turn.
All right, time to rest you. I was like, oh, okay, I got the rest on you now.
Yeah, but now I get.
I guess I'll just rest you again. Like, what do you?
It's literally whoever started the cycle is probably gonna win.
That's yeah. We used to do like 4-man Puff Dittos in college.
How much did you hate yourself?
I know exactly what you mean about Puff. Right. The discovery is real.
I have a quick update.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
Kaeon is second on our newest PR.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's above Animal this time.
Ooh.
Yeah, Animal who actually moved to Brooklyn, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, so that was sorry to derail the Puff Ditto.
No, you're fine. We can get off that.
Reminiscing.
For sure. Yeah, college was it still is, and it always will be.
The college life.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but you were saying something?
No, that was basically it. I hit you with the link to the new PR in the chat. So
the general one.
I know that's where we left off, I think.
For sure. Here, I could take a look at the. Let's see. So Dark Toots staying at the top. Kaeon right underneath that. Animal, Cody, Nut, Dr. Lop, JKJ on there. Oh, because this was for the summer, so he was home for that. That's
where do you see this? Oh, in the no. Oh, okay, I see it.
I just put it in the general.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Jay right there. 47 Nerd Funk. My man looking at the 10th spot. Let's go. We stepping up.
Yep.
What else we got in this bish? We got the Chomp. Big Chomp jumping from 15 to 11. Let's go. I don't know who the fuck Venti is, but damn, I'm scared if he's over my boy Wild.
Yeah, Venti's he's like a Fox and from SBU, and he's like, I think he's like pretty much solidified himself as a floaty slayer.
Ooh.
Like he used to go like even with Minty and Bracket and like or something along those lines. I'm a little fuzzy on his career, but
that's fair.
But yes, I believe he beats a lot of like difficult peaches that most of us lose to.
That's fair. and then Snoo, and then Lana. That's a pretty good PR right there.
Let's go Snoo.
Let's go Snoo. I love. Do either of you know like how that meme originated? Like, what? Why is that?
No clue.
I think at the first Nebulous Arcadian, I think there was Riotbeat showed up, even though Riotbeat's ranked.
Yeah.
Riotbeat showed up. Snoo was there. Snoo entered, but right after Snoo got out of tournament, I think he walked up to the stream, and there was like, I think it was like Nerd was on stream or Wild or something. He just like goes, "Let's go Snoo." Like he just walks up the street, "Let's go Snoo," and then like Riotbeat's right there. He's like, "Let's go Snoo." And then everyone's at Wasabi, I'm there. I'm like, "Let's go Snoo." And we're all just like, "Let's go." It's the New York City Arcadian, and we're cheering for Snoo.
Like he's not even playing.
So
No, yeah. Snoo literally just wrapped up his controller, and he's like, "I'm tight," and he's like, "Let's go, me." Let's go, Snoo. And I'm like, "Let's go." I'm like,
and so now it's just chanted and like trolled in Twitch chat, even when the kid's nowhere nearby.
Oh, now it's nationals. Now we go to nationals and we do it.
Oh my god,
It's dumb.
I'm pretty sure I saw it on. What was the last tournament you were at, Brian? You were just
I was at Big House.
Yeah, you were at Big House, and I think they had you on stream at some point. Dude, it was in the fucking chat there.
It was in the chat.
I'm just like, God, this kid's everywhere.
The Snoo guy. He makes his name around.
I'm just waiting for a commentator
somehow.
to see that, and they're just gonna be like, "Who is Snoo?" And then Snoo's gonna make that his combo video.
Actually, when we were at Shine, just a few weeks before, I believe it was Shine. We ran into me and Snoo were going to 7-Eleven, and as we walked in, we saw SFat and PewFat.
Ooh.
We run into PewFat, right? And Snoo's like, "Hey Kevin," or something like that, right?
Yeah.
He says it to Pew, and Pew's like, "Yo, Zach, wait, hold on." He's like, "Dude, that's Snoo."
Oh my god, no way.
And then Zach's like, "You're Snoo?" It's like, "Dude, nice to meet you, dude."
What the?
And it's like the
fuck?
firmest handshake I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, I didn't get a handshake. No, I'm just kidding. That was hype though. That was hype though.
That's so sick. What the fuck? This kid's known already.
Yeah.
Snoo hypes the shit. That's why he's known.
Yo, on the realest note, let's go Snoo.
Let's go Snoo. We were actually thinking about making a shirt. Let's go Snoo.
Dude. Yes.
Yeah, we were gonna get a picture of Snoo making, I don't know, the craziest face we can find of him, because he makes some pretty wild faces, and then we just attach it to words. Let's go Snoo.
Recommendation for you: you make it a pocket tee. You get the pocket tee or like the pocket protector itself to say "Let's go Snoo," and on the inside of the pocket is the picture of him.
Oh my god. Oh, there he is in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Let's go Snoo.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I'm saying is I would definitely buy one of those if that came out. We have a meme, I think, in the Fredonia Buffalo area where rock is the meta for rock, paper, scissors. And,
Okay.
And you never know if we're gonna do it, but it's the meta, and we were thinking about making shirts that said that.
That's hype. The North Carolina meta is definitely rock.
Oh,
That's what I learned. So
Wait. All right, my meta has always been paper because it's everyone's least favorite.
I
So you
definitely
gotta-
hate it. You're not.
that's
right.
that's a troll. That's a troll, dude.
He is
So
a
you
troll.
So you gotta throw out the paper. It's no one sees it coming. Round one paper. always fall for it.
Oh shit! You know what? When I played Slox like a few weeks ago,
Mhm.
I was like, I'm gonna pick paper for the first time in my life. It's sitting down next to a Smash player. I'm gonna actually do the RPS when they ask to do it, and then I'm gonna actually pick paper for the first time. And I picked paper. I just won immediately, and we
take
tied.
those.
We did paper first, both of us. And
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, word. And I just throw out paper again, and I win. And I'm like, I'm so sick. I probably how Funk feels on like a Tuesday.
Oh my god.
He's just like, yeah, let's go, baby, paper, baby.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go.
So I have no idea how our conversation derailed this hard. But back into the discussion about Long Island as a quote-unquote maybe sub-region.
Oh, yeah.
We escalated all the way to rock, paper, scissors. How this happened, I don't know. I'm going to have to go back through and
You guys
want to
talk about beer
It
next?
had to do with Puff Dittos. It had to do with Beer Man and Puff Dittos. That's all I remember.
I think that's true, too, so I have no idea anymore. But so how do you guys feel about the sub-region of Long Island? Not New York City, not New York as a whole. How do you feel about Long Island in comparison to, like, other regions in New York, like Western New York or
I'm
New York City?
a stay-at-home mom. Like, I don't leave Long Island really.
Okay. Okay.
But not literally, obviously. So I don't really have like a great perspective on other regions. I just know mine, and we're lit, but we're also I think a bit unorganized, like in general across the board.
Yeah.
But we're kids. We're young.
Having a
we're
good time.
Yes, we're just playing the game we love with people we like, and we
That's
have
fair.
a 6th store now, and things are getting a little more streamlined and smooth. So the graph is going up, but it's pretty steady, you know.
I guess Kaeon being the guy that you are traveling around, how would you say?
Up.
Okay. So comparing Long Island to other regions is sometimes a little bit hard because they're within like groups of players. There's like very distinct, I think, gaps in like I don't think it's like really like obvious. So kind of like how Funk is saying, like we're not super organized. Like we don't all play, like all of the best Long Island players don't all play with each other. Like, you know, number 1 will play with like 4 and 7, and like 2 will play with like 8 and 12 or whatever. You know, it'll be like kind of all over the place, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we all don't get like all the same matchup experience that, you know, other regions might have a better, more balanced spread, because we kind of just play a lot more friendlies and stuff. We don't play as much tournament together as other regions, I think.
Well,
But,
why do you think that is?
I think it's a Stony Brook kind of like Aeon separation. Like it's really it's not like a distinct and a hard and fast like break between two groups at all, like by any means, because we see each other a lot, but they play with each other during the week and just in general, just way more. So that's their meta. Like their meta game is separate from, I think, like the spacey meta game, which is more of like Aeon, Suffolk, kind of Nassau.
Yeah, we have a lot of spacey players on Long Island.
So that I think gives us an edge. So in my opinion, like our spacey players are like well equipped. Just some matchups we're lacking. So it's not that we can't do it, and it's not that we don't have the potential to do it. We're just it's a slower growth than other regions might be used to. I think other regions can get better faster, but we're pretty motivated, and I think motivation is like a huge like point of improvement for like a region in general.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
if people are all with that and all with the mentality of improving and learning and growing together and not being exclusive, like not being like close-minded, then that helps a lot. And I think we have that. I just think we all of our best players are a little bit more separated, even though we're really close in proximity.
Okay. I guess that's fair. What's up?
Yeah. No, I was just saying, like, I just think like everybody's working or going to school.
Yeah.
So like during the summer is when you really see like that's when you just really see everybody and like Long Island at its like potential, you know. Like June, July especially, like it's crazy. We get like 50-man locals every day, like every week, you know, and like people are traveling more, like SBU's coming to Long Island more and Long Island's going to SBU more, and like, you know, some of those old school guys you stopped hearing about come back sometimes. And
I think it's interesting though, like how you bring that up, because I think some regions are almost the opposite. I know Cap region, like my home region up in, I guess, sub-region, since we're talking that way. Cap region in New York, I know they say often they're strongest when the college kids come back. And I always kind of like, I understand it, but I think about it a little bit in how you're a stronger region when you have people that don't live in your region come to the region. Like, it's it's kind of interesting. Like, what are you gonna do when those people aren't there? Like, how are you gonna hype yourself up? And at the same time, like, you could do what I guess what Brian's doing, and he's in Long Island now. It's like he's there and he's supporting the region, and he can be there. It's not like he would have any reason to move or be anywhere out of there. But if it came up, it's like that's down one solid player. Like,
we're not
really
we don't have a tremendous active player base. So not that we don't have a big player base, because we actually kind of do. It's just a lot of them aren't dedicated to going twice a week. But I'm sorry, what was the original question? I got distracted with some Discord shenanigans.
I think it's just essentially like how you feel about your region, the region of Long Island compared to the others. But I think we covered it pretty well.
We're definitely a top 10 region.
Definitely.
For sure. So, we're good. We're not perfect, but we're pretty good.
Like nationally, like within the US, I think we're top 10 as a region.
Even as the sub-region, though, would you even say
as a sub-region? Yes. But I qualify it by saying, like, it depends, like, if you count, like, international regions, like Canada and Sweden, and I think that's it.
Okay.
Canada, Sweden.
Yeah.
Mexico probably decent.
Mexico's pretty good.
Yeah.
At least they have their top guys. Japan has Amsa and Rudolph.
Japan, yeah. So they're like, once you get to worldwide, it's harder to put Long Island in those ranks.
Okay.
But once you're talking US, like domestic, like, yeah, we're pretty powerful. Like, I'm more surprised that like top players don't come to us, honestly. And that's not saying like, you know, top players come through. Like, I mean, like, just anyone that feels like they're good at Melee and can win tournaments. Like, if you feel like you can win tournaments, like, this is a great place to come, because we'll house you for free. Like, we'll hang out with you all day, every day. Like,
definitely.
Come on, like, what else do you want? Like,
what more can I do?
Like, what you're just refusing yourself a good time if you're saying no to that.
Yeah, plus like in the summer, Long Island's basically a beach with trees. So like over the summer, you know, I don't know. There's stuff to do here. You know what I mean?
Well, would you say you still get?
We're not in inland Illinois, you know.
Would you say you still get a decent amount of players, but granted they're New York City players though? Like, you still get hacks. You'll still get the moon at certain stuff. You'll get Swedish. But
at the biggest thing.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was gonna get to. Is would you rather be seeing more completely out of New York top talent come out, or like how do you guys feel about that? Well, yeah, I guess that's not the right way to say it.
Like, because it's like a problem, I think, for us. We have hard times like pulling out of region, I think.
Yeah.
It's like consistent. It's like every week, well, I'll go to an event and I'll just assume no one out of region's gonna be there, because I'll always be right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be wrong. Like, I'm never wrong.
I'm pretty sure Face was in contact with Hungrybox to try to talk about getting him to convincing him to appear at an Aeon, like at a big one, like a big summer event.
Back in.
Yeah, so if we get Hungrybox to come, obviously, then the chips, the dominoes will fall from there.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, like my investment in it is like, it's kind of personal, because like I enjoy like improving and like getting better, and that's like my focus. And it just helps, you know, to have like more like competitive players like in the room. Like, I feel like people play better when there's like better people. Like, I feel like that happens.
Definitely.
And like just having that extra like presence and in the atmosphere, like, I want that, you know, even if I don't play with them, like, I'll still felt like, even if I didn't, like, I'll still feel like, you know, people were motivated, and I kind of probably got better practice that day.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just take everything with a grain of salt, and like, you know, I still have a good time with my friends. You know, regardless if they're there or not. Like, I try to have a good time without a region. I don't know, man. Just make the best of it.
No, I got you. Are there any names you guys would even say to almost shout out or to hype up, like some unknown players that if I were to travel to fuck East Bumfuck Tennessee and I go to their melee scene, who should I tell them to watch out for if you're coming to Long Island? You've never heard of this guy, but he'll beat your ass.
Oh, Nerd, Wild,
Funk
Snoo.
Doctor.
Well, everyone's heard of Snoo.
Everyone's heard of Snoo.
I'd say Funk
Yeah,
Doctor for Funk
myself.
Doctor.
Yes, you say it for me. I actually wouldn't even be surprised if people haven't heard of Animal. So I would say Animal.
Okay.
Past the East Coast, I would be pretty.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty like expected
Like
to.
like
not know
NYC knows Animal, and New England knows Animal, but like
Florida. Florida.
I don't know if Oregon or Washington knows who Animal is. Well, actually, it's funny that I brought up those two states out of a hat, because Animal played Fat Goku, who's what is he? Top player in.
He's number one in Oregon.
In Oregon, yeah. So actually, Oregon does know Animal.
Did he beat Fat Goku?
Yes, he did.
Is that at Evo 2014?
Yeah, that was when he got 33rd.
Oh my god,
Holy
Animal's so good.
Yeah, his two losses at that Evo were Ken and West Balls.
I mean, for the record, anyone that's watched the GR Smash top 10 like camera funny faces thing, they
Yeah.
also will have heard of Animal by then. But
Right, but the thing about that kind of fame is it's 15 minutes.
very true, very true.
Right.
Plus,
Right.
then they
point.
watch him play though, and then they're like, "Holy shit!" I'm sorry.
Yeah, people actually like don't know Darktooth too well, and I think he would definitely surprise, the unexpected.
Yeah.
He will surprise you if you don't expect to be surprised, basically.
He was at Major 2 recently, right? And he had to play someone on stream because I think I remember seeing him on
stream. He played, I think,
SmashCon,
of
right? You're talking
Japanese SmashCon. He didn't play. Long Island did not get stream time at SmashCon, actually.
We-
I don't think it was
you had
SmashCon
some.
that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I had one.
Shine?
I had one, but that was
Maybe.
all. Shine, yeah. He played against this Japanese fox, and it was recorded on this setup off stream. It was very close. Last stock, he was down 2 stocks to 1 at the end, game 3, and he still won. The
Yeah,
Japanese
that's his
player
best
choked.
attribute.
Japanese player choked.
Oh, he choked. Okay.
Yeah, but Darktooth was like, I'm not gonna choke. Literally the whole time I could tell he's just telling
Yeah.
himself, don't choke, don't choke, don't choke. I'll just win. Don't choke, don't choke. I'm sick. Don't choke.
I was thinking actually it was 2 months ago when he played at Xanadu and he won the Xanadu.
Oh, Xanadu.
That's what I was
Oh
thinking.
my god. I know.
Jerry, right?
Yeah, Jerry, dude.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
and I mean, Jerry is like their cream of the crop, Fox, and Dartooth beat him, so
right.
that was, we were all happy about that one.
Hell yeah, we were popping off actually.
Yeah, actually, MDVA is a mad good region, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
props.
insane.
Props.
Zane is so fucking amazing.
Yeah, man. Top 8 for no reason.
Yeah, Zane's good.
Legend.
Because he's sick.
Then I guess let's see. Anything else on here? How do you guys feel? I know we were just talking about how traveling is like it's an issue, but do you guys feel it's one of those like requirements in order to get good or to get better? Or do you think it's just like it helps, but it's never all that required?
All right, okay. So it's obviously depends on your region, like where you're from. But I think that certain regions, like our region, you can get pretty damn good, like without traveling out of the region. Like, just staying and money matching guys like Kaeon over and over. You'll get pretty good over time. But if you want to get that top 1% skill tier, I think it's a requirement to travel. I think you're at least required to be consistently studying and monitoring everybody at the top. So you can kind of do that through like video footage, but I still think traveling, like, you need that experience, like being on the road, and you have to conserve your energy too. Like, there's so many factors to being a top tier player.
Sure.
So if you want to be top tier, I think traveling is required. But if you want to be like pretty good, like, yeah, top, I could take a set or two off top 100 players, like, I don't think traveling's necessary.
Having been someone that's like traveled, like maybe to like 6, 7 like nationals kind
Yeah,
of
you travel a
scale,
lot.
it's not that much, but like in it compared to the top 1% that you're talking about, it's like nothing, right? So like it like I bounce back between like I need this to get better and back to like, you know, the PP mentality, like it doesn't matter if anyone's good around me, I'll just get good because
I know.
it's
He's
possible.
what I was thinking
like,
of the whole time I was
yeah,
talking.
you can study. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like that's what he's doing. He's the kind of guy that like does as he like as what's the word? He lives to like his word. Like he
does what he says.
He'll
he's a
say
man of his
something
word.
and he's a man of his word. That's right.
Yeah.
So he's the kind of guy that's like he just said he's like I'm gonna get good. I don't care if everyone sucks. And he did, you know. So if you feel that way, like if you want the better practice, like I think it's good. But you know, save the money, save the stress. If you're a stressed out person, money's tight, like don't worry about it. Like just do what you can, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's us. I don't know. That's a lot of smashers. Money's tight.
I don't want to get too you know, Disney like romantic ideas, like, but I do think that the absolute number one thing that like triumphs over all is just your motivation. Like if you can tell the difference when you have a conversation with a smasher, like where they're going, not like where they're going to end up, because that sounds kind of like, you know, cynical, but I mean like you could tell just with one conversation with how far like somebody's going to go. Like you talk to someone and all they do is complain, you know they're probably not going to make it very far. And if you talk to someone and all they talk about is like options and they love the details and they love like every matchup, you know, they just love the game, they love learning, like learning is their motivation, then like those are the guys that are going to, or girls, who are going to get good. And it doesn't really matter their circumstance, because if they really care enough, they find a way. So like, I don't know, that to me is like the only thing that really matters.
For sure. Also, I do want to say two things. The Xanadu was the match that I was remembering most recent, but it wasn't the one I was going to say. It was actually 3 months ago at EVO, Darktooth played Plup. That's what it was that I was trying to remember. It was him playing Plup in round 2 pools. And I remember, I think I saw him show up just like on the stream, and I was like, oh shit, I recognize that god. So I remembered him there, and I can't go without mentioning the dog, my man Fuego, playing against Lev, the young Lev.
Oh yeah,
that
was at SmashCon.
That was at SmashCon.
SmashCon. Yo, okay, Wild got on stream. That's right.
Yes.
So it wasn't just me. It was Wild.
Yeah. Long Island
So-
on the map.
Let's go.
Wild had that was hype. It's very, very difficult to not get nervous in that kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Which no Johns. I'm not trying to John for my boy,
No,
but
of course.
I definitely could tell there was at least, maybe it wasn't nerves, but I don't know. It wasn't A plus. It wasn't an A plus performance from my son, but it's all good.
Also, I'd love to welcome back Face to the world.
Hello.
He managed to
still
find
in the
his way
car.
back in.
I'm still in the car. I'm so sorry about the audio quality.
You're fine. This man lives through his car. The car lives through him. We can
True.
do
Live with that.
that. You brought up a really good point there, Funk. The whole, you're not gonna say John's for your son, but I'm gonna go off on a wild guess here and assume he's not really your kid. I'm gonna assume he's been born for a lot longer, well, if not a lot longer, the same amount of time as you. So what the hell is up with this whole Long Island family thing?
I love the way you I love the way you introduced that. That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Who the hell started it? That's a good question.
I know.
Of course.
It was you, right?
No. Okay, so
I thought it was you. Or was it Nerd?
It's like two-pronged, right? Because
Yes,
I call
it is.
people son, right? And
Yes.
it's like, it's not ironic. It's not. It really is. It's not a joke. Like, if I call you my son, you're my friend. Like, you're my homie. Like, you're my...
It's your
You know,
term for
whatever.
homie and friend, yeah.
Right. And for nerd, he doesn't see people as like a son. He sees them as his son. So like, I'll just call you son. Like, what's good, son? You know?
Yeah.
And Nerd's gonna be like, my son. You know? He's just like, my son. You know? And like just like the two of us, like, I don't know, like Nerd doesn't express like positive emotions to people, I guess.
Oh.
So, and I also like don't like, I don't know, personify people as my son. So we like became like, I don't know, the same like kind of sonship. We became sons, and from that day on, it was never like
it branched.
It was never not sons. You know, we were always sons. It's crazy.
I think that if my memory could be wrong, but I actually think it all started with when you guys were referencing Jackie Chan Adventures.
It is.
Oh, actually, that's I know you're going with this.
First, it was Uncle. That's why.
Yes, because it was like Kaeon is Nerd would call Kaeon his uncle. And
he would never call me the son. That's right, because he didn't want to call me his son.
Kaeon would just call him Jackie. You know, like Uncle and Jackie. I didn't never watch the show.
I kept calling him Jack because he would always, if you watch Samurai Jack, Aku, he's always like, he was, I don't know. We were all memeing like the first night we met, but like we really like met.
Memes.
But he was like, yes, Jack. Like he was saying it like Aku, right? And like every time like I would ask him a question, he's like, yes, Jack. And so one time he's like, hey, Uncle. And I said, yes, Jack. And he's like, no. When I say, hey, Uncle, you say, yes, Jackie.
What the?
Oh my god. Yeah, alright. So
and it literally just got so much more ridiculous from there.
It actually exploded. Like, it's one of those things. It's literally a meme.
Yeah.
By definition. So
I go out of region and people are like, what's good, my son?
Well,
I
what
see
makes someone?
Drugsoft, he's like, my son. And like, I see my son Prabhas, he's like from Georgia, he's like, my son.
And we were like, you know what? One day,
like, what's going on,
we
dude?
were like, oh my god, like, we're living this meme every day. It's hilarious, right? Like, we're having a good time. We're like, then we start breaking it down, like, scientifically, like, in our heads. We're like, no. You know, when the meme gets too serious, like, instead of just calling everyone your son, then, like, someone will be like, no, Chomp's not your son. You didn't teach him the game. Like we were, like, actually diving deep into it. And then one day we're like, how about we just make a family tree? So we just got a big whiteboard and like expo markers, and we're like, okay, who's the oldest? Yeah, at Aeon, and we're like, who's the oldest player? And we're like, okay, Prague, Animal, like Cody, you know, and then it's just branches from there. Like, who they taught is their son. So like, Lefty is Cody's son, etc.
Yeah, I forced Animal to be my dad.
Yes.
Yeah, some of this is.
It was no choice.
What's that?
Also,
you keep like cutting out.
Yeah, I'm muting myself. I feel like my engine is gonna be really loud, and
I can't hear it.
No,
Yeah,
you're good.
right.
You're good. It's whenever like other people talk at the same time, you get cut off. But you can talk. You're good.
So, interestingly, somehow simultaneously, like without knowledge of Nerd and Kaeon, like sonship thing going on, right? Over at Stony Brook, Vortex would always call people his dad, right?
Oh God.
Yes, I remember
so
that.
True.
That's why I called Animal Dad, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's so many like family relationships on Long Island for unrelated reasons, and it all ties together so beautifully. It's actually really cool.
Well, see, knowing that there's an actual family tree somewhere that's been written down, that helps answer some questions. But without seeing it, there's still always going to be questions like, what the fuck makes someone an uncle? Who is my dad? Apparently, like who?
I'm literally gonna describe to you how simple it is. You ready?
Well, wait. Before you do that, do the
Okay.
sons address the dads as a dad, or what do you get addressed?
No,
Like,
no, because that would be borderline. Like, I mean, all right, 2017. So it's just that would be really weird, right? Like,
you act like this isn't to begin with.
It is, but like that's like a different kind of weird. Like, like calling your fellow male peer your dad. I don't know. It just that's something I would never do.
I mean, I see what you're going with there. Here, I'll hear you out on this though.
Like calling other people's sons is already an established social
construct,
like socially accepted thing. Yeah, like that's been around for a long time. So we're just renewing it in our own way.
I'm dying laughing. But keep going, man.
So yeah, I don't know. That's really it.
I mean, well, all right, two things then. One, if this picture of the tree exists anywhere, if someone sends that to me, that will be in the post-production of this, because
Face has it.
Face, if you can send that to me at some point, I will put that in post, because I want to let everyone see. It'll be up like right now. It would be just showing how ridiculous this thing is. But the second part is, you said you want to describe it. You can go ahead and try and describe it.
Okay. So
not
many,
that hard. I mean, like, if he has taught you, right, the game of Melee, in even any aspect, if they taught you anything, or if you considered them like a mentor, you know, then there's some sort of relationship between you. And most people just say like, "Oh, I taught blank. Blank is my son." You know.
Yes.
Like, some feel like putting their own spin on it. You know.
So I'm Wild's son.
So it's a hybrid between like the actual social relationship between the two people and the game. So like, if someone taught me the game, that means that like we were like kind of like clicked and we were cool and we just chilled and we got along, and they happened to be better than me. Okay. So like Coin, Baba King, and Face, like these are all good examples. Like when I first came into the game, like I don't know, I just got along with all three of those guys like pretty much right off the bat. So they just kind of, and they were all better than me, so I would play them all the time, and they would just, you know, they would dumpster me over and over, and then eventually I caught up, and you know, so like I am their son, you know.
Yeah, okay. Actually on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Kaeon's actually my father on Facebook,
nice.
because it's just too. It's just
you can do
too funny.
You can do it.
Yeah, it's just too funny.
It's like if you want it to be a reality, you can make it a reality. You just gotta call somebody whatever you want to call them. Like, some of these things are like exceptions more than they are the rule. Like Point Chaser is everyone's grandpa. Like that's automatic. Like doesn't matter who you are. If you live on Long Island, Point Chaser's your grandpa, and that's mostly just due to like age. That's like an age thing, you know. He's like the oldest Smash player we know.
So we call him Grandpa.
Exactly.
So and then we would get like deep into it. Like, okay, we came up at the same time, so we're like brothers. So like
so those are the uncles and the dads and stuff like that. Right.
Yeah. So actually, I'm your uncle, young D0nut, because me and Wild were brothers on the, and you were his son. So I'm Uncle Funk.
Let's fucking go. I got an uncle. We take
this
those.
Is like, I feel like this is like a Jerry Springer like Dr. Phil, like boy meets his uncle for the first time at 21.
Finally get to.
I better change the K to a C, bro. Funk. Is that a bad joke or what?
Here, guys, I gotta pause the stream real quick. We'll be right back. Give us 1 sec. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna end up doing a goodbye anyway. Oh yeah, you guys say hi. You're all good. We're gonna do a little goodbye. I'll let these guys, if you want to shout anything out, you know, where the people can follow you, what they can check out. I know we were saying there's no real events, but if you guys want to plug anything, go right ahead.
All right. Well, goodbye.
Oh, what?
Got nothing you want to plug?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, follow twitch.tv/Aeon streams. No capitals. Don't overthink it. Shout outs to Generation Gaming, Gen Game, and Trevor. That guy's a G. He helps Long Island more than almost anybody. Shout out to Nerds Shed. And shout outs Aeon After Hours. All right. That's it.
Nice.
I hope you guys enjoyed the talk.
I mean, anyone else want to plug anything? You're welcome to.
Support
Support your local scenes, guys. Come out to tournaments, enjoy it, have a great time, and don't ever give up on yourself or your friends.
Yeah.
My
That's
son.
beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, guys. Well, this has
Hell
been
yeah.
the bakery. Everything we talked about today
I'm
will be
crying.
in the description. Will be in the description of the VOD when it's uploaded. Make sure you check all these guys out. All their information, like I just said, will be below. These guys were great. I really appreciate them coming on. We had a really fun time. This was a long-ass interview, but a lot of fun doing it. Guys, hope you all have a safe and fun night. This has been the bakery. See you next time. Peace.
Bye bye.